I just found this on a News Nation. It was actually a panel, but I've had to cut out the other people. Well, two of them weren't saying anything anyway, and the other one, the host, I forget his name, Cuomo. Can't remember the first name. I really don't want to know his name. I just find him, oh my God, I don't know what word to use. He irks me. He irritates me. I had to cut his face out because his expressions irritate me. He just seems like a smug, sanctimonious, single-minded. I don't even know what word to use without saying dick. So I'll say dick. So I was actually Googling to try and find a word to describe him, because I was like, I don't know how to describe him adequately. But when you listen to it, I'm sure you'll know what I mean. So I look him up and I find all this on him. I'm like, oh my God. And then News Nation took him on. I mean, I just think it shows the level of News Nation. Is this, like in the UK, we have news channel, like the news, and like they are like impartial. And it seems, unless there's other, I have seen some news channels where they seem more impartial. Is News Nation like we have like a basic, actually probably Sky News is less, comes across as less impartial, but your basic news, like we have like BBC News and ITV News, and that is just people just reporting, excuse me, as people just reporting the news. They're not putting their opinion into it. They're not pulling a face about people they're reporting about. It's just, I find the news to be really biased. I don't know if News Nation is like, it seems like it's a cross between a talk show and news. Like, there just seems to be too much opinion in it, and I don't know if that's like a general thing. It seems odd to me, but maybe that's because I don't understand what kind of show it is. But it's just not unbiased reporting. This guy, I just want to, yeah, I don't want to look at his face, put it that way. And I don't want to hear his voice. He's so annoying. Right, anyway. So listen to this interview with, what's his name again?
If we're going to...
Mark Garagos. And this is the only person, I've heard obviously Andrea Burkhart, is it? And she's not said anything about the media coverage, and this guy he's the only person that I've seen speak up about this craziness. I found this interesting. Unfortunately, it was clipped short. It clearly was a whole panel show, but News Nation's just cutting out the bits it doesn't want now, isn't it? That's not going with the narrative. So anyway, he is a defence attorney, but he's making a great point.
If we're going to cover this wall to wall, then let's be fair about this. There's a probable cause warrant or affidavit for a warrant that is uncross-examined, that has got holes that you could drive a Mack truck through. And I've listened.
The reason it's cutting in between is because I had to cut that man out. I had to cut him out.
To 20 minutes assuming that this is the guy. And, There's a reason that in England they have the Contempt of Court Act, because when they bring over tabloidization over here, Fox News and Murdoch and everybody else, at least in England, when the person is accused and is starting the proceedings, they shut down the media. And there's a good reason for that, because this has been absolutely incomprehensible to me.
Yeah, it's been incomprehensible to me, and I do feel I haven't seen anything like it. I just can't believe it. It's shocking. It's shocking. It's just like propaganda. Like, it's scary.
The father of the poor woman who's dead had more reserve, had more kind of compassion and understanding of the system than what I'm watching. It's really disturbing.
What is disturbing you exactly? What is different
What's
on the strength of this? I know how you would defend him, Mark, but hold on. First of all, tone is not always the same thing as tenacity. What I'm saying is, given the strength of the affidavit.
Oh my God, that was the point where I was like, I can't have this man's face on the screen.
That they put forward. You think that there's any reasonable basis to question this arrest?
No, but I think there's a reasonable
let's start with that, because that's the same place I am. I think, could he beat the case?
No, because listen to what you said. Listen to what you said.
Please.
If there's probable cause, that's not guilt.
I didn't say it was.
Probable cause. I invite you to roll back the tape and take a listen, because I sat and listened intently.
I think you listened for what you wanted to hear, which was the disposition of a criminal defense attorney and how they'd feel about what's being put out there. And I respect your emotion.
That's actually an argument. That's a fallacy. That's an ad hominem to say criminal defense attorney, as if that diminishes the point. The point is, when you say, I'm just making a point. If you want to hear it or not.
Please go ahead.
When you say, this is the guy, what do you want to have happen to him, blah, 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 that assumes exactly a prejudgment of guilt.
And this guy should know better, because he doesn't know better, because he's claiming that the person who made a claim about sexual harassment was, if he really knew what it was like to have a false claim made against you, then he wouldn't be speaking like this. And that makes me suspicious that wasn't a false claim at all. I just find him a slime ball and disgusting. Those are the only words I can think of, other than other unpleasant words. But yeah, this guy, only person that I've heard talk any sense, this Mark Garagos.